You know, after many years of internal dialogue, I've decided to release this information because I think that humanity deserves to know the truth. You deserve to know the whole damn truth. Now, I will say this too. One of the things that prompted, inspired, and convinced me to release this video is what's about to happen on April 8th. Now, I may release a second video going into depth about April 8th and what NASA is really attempting to do. And I've heard a couple brothers on TikTok go in the right direction with the ellipse conversation and so on and so forth. And again, they're going in the right direction. But there's a lot that they're missing. And again, I think humanity deserves to know the whole truth. But I'm not sure if I should release that second video just yet. Because what you're about to see in this video is really weird. But it's true. And we're going to have to grasp the gravity of this situation because we're all being played in the worst way. Right? And again, you need to know the truth. So for the purposes of TikTok and other social media, you need to know that I am a real scientist. Okay? I designed certified space technologies, industrial water purifiers. All right. And I've also licensed 9 of NASA's inventions, 9 of their patents. Here you can see my signature next to Eugene Tu's signature, who is the director of the NASA Ames Research Center in California. Right. So I'm not just a guy saying some wild-eyed theories. Right. What you're about to see is fact. What I'm telling you now is fact. Right. But humanity needs to have a serious discussion about HAARP, about CERN, and so on and so forth. But there are much larger technologies that they're keeping from you. Imagine, well, let's just say I'll cover that in the second video, okay, if I release that. But it's bigger than HAARP and CERN. Like there's more, I'll say this, there are more than one CERN, just like there's more than one HAARP, okay? There are ionospheric heaters all over the freaking planet, but the real ones are placed in places that you won't even really see with Google Earth unless you know what you're really looking at and what to look for, okay? So, I'm going to show you that inner Earth is real. And what you're about to see is not Photoshopped at all. In fact, NASA attempted to destroy this and other photographs, you see, because they didn't want you to know what the Earth really freaking looks like. But I'm about to show you. Open the third eye. Let's get into it. This here is a real photograph of Earth. Now, I want you to notice what you notice. There's something about this photograph that jumps out at you, and it's not this little square here, which this is extremely important, and this is why it's highlighted. But notice here at the top, what is that giant circle up there? Right? The North and South poles are really entry points into the Earth. So the Earth, let's just say it like this. To begin to scratch the surface, you got to study many worlds theory, okay? Now, and it gets deeper than that with superstrings and so on and so forth. But the Earth is a multi-dimensional entity, as you can imagine. And when you dream, believe it or not, the soul or one of your light bodies projects into these other portions, these other dimensions of the Earth. All right, literally. So like I said, this is an entry point. This is why they no longer allow you to fly over the poles. This is why. Now, you remember the gentleman back in the day that wrote the book about flying over the pole, and he was pulled in to the pole by a alien-like advanced craft. You remember that? That is true. But you could see here what this is about. So think about it this way here. All right, so you have it, you have the earth like this in a circle, right? And we are on the surface of the planet, the outer surface. Now, there is a circle, or you could call it a sphere, inside of this sphere, all right? And there's another population of billions of people that live there. They don't connect with us, and we don't connect with them, except in dream forms, right? And some of us even pick up communications via telepathic communication. Also, within that second inner sphere is a third inner sphere with another population that are physical, just like us. I'm not talking metaphysically only, okay? There are physical inhabitants there. Now, I would say watch Dr. Phil Valentine's old video on the inner earth that's still on YouTube. And by the way, if you connect with him, tell him Dr. Will Hawkins Jr. sent you, okay? Because he has some amazing satellite footage zooming into the pole where you can actually see the inner earth. You can see the trees and water and all kinds of shit. It's true, right? But I wanted to give you a more comprehensive and robust image right here so that you can clearly see the entry point into the earth. And like I said, this is not photoshopped, and NASA tried to destroy this photograph, but there was a particular scientist who decided to hide this photograph along with thousands of others. And I'll tell you this too, guys like Richard C. Hoagland are very important, because Richard Hoagland, Dr. Hoagland, he's the one that exposed the fact that when NASA initially tried to get scientists to destroy tens of thousands of real photographs like this, those scientists only destroyed, let's say, 3/4 of those photos, and they hid others out in places like Ohio State University, right? And Ohio State had these lecture series where you can actually go and view the photographs, right? But this shit is real, man. This ain't a plaything. See, but to understand the level of geophysics and metaphysics involved, astrophysics as well, you got to know a little something about sacred geometry, or you got to have a little understanding of your spirit anatomy, your subtle anatomy, chakras, so on and so forth. But again, the North Pole, you look at it, you can look at the bottom of the photograph here, and you can see that the South Pole looks exactly like it. Like literally. So when you look at those older, like from the 1980s, those depictions from NASA, like Dr. Phil Valentine said, yes, it looks like a giant freaking donut, right? And you have layers, like literally planetary layers that people couldn't even imagine. You're only allowed to travel so far, believe it or not. But like I said, when it comes to the April 8th events, NASA's going to try some slick shit, y'all. They're trying something that could actually destroy the whole planet, right? And like I said, I don't know if I should go there, because who knows, maybe they'll change their mind about that part and decide not to do it. I don't know. But if you're listening, if you work with NASA, and you know what the hell I'm talking about, don't you fucking idiots destroy the rest of us along with you. We're not in it for that. You know, if you want to destroy a fucking planet, you get the fuck off of this when you go somewhere else or whatever the fuck you need to do, right? But don't destroy our home, dumbass.